Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Maricas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pete Shinnick. And Coach, the Tigers started out as well as you can expect on a Saturday afternoon against Stony Brook. Devin Matthews takes the first play from scrimmage, goes 75 yards for a touchdown. What happened?
Yeah. Well, that play, let's relive that one.
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
Because he got stuck at the line of scrimmage and bounced it out.
You thought we were gonna have a 0-yard gain, and then he found some room out to the weak side and was able to run down the sideline untouched. Great way to start the game. Typically we want to defer if we win the toss. They won the toss and they deferred, so we're like, we'll take it. That's great, and to score. And one of the things, Spiro, that after that happened, my warning to our team was, hey guys, you got to imagine that didn't happen. You got to imagine that one didn't take place, because having done this numerous times, you score on the first play, everybody thinks, oh, we're going to score every time we touch the ball, or oh, this is, So after that, there wasn't a whole lot of great plays made by the Tigers. So it was a frustrating afternoon to watch, because I know our guys are capable of doing more, and so off to a great start, and then after that, we just watched ourselves kind of destruct a little bit through the process.
It's funny. Tom Landry once said that sometimes the worst thing that could happen to his offense was that they score a touchdown on the first possession because they think it's going to be easy all day.
Yeah. And I would agree. I like driving on the first possession, because then you feel like, okay, hey, we got 10, 12 plays in this thing. We did a great job. But yeah, that's, again, and I talked to our team about that on Monday. I was like, guys, what was I telling you after that first play? What was I telling you? This isn't going to be easy. Just because this one was, this isn't going to be easy. You got to be on alert. You got to be ready. And unfortunately, we kind of slipped into a little bit of a casual mode there for a little bit, which is, human nature. And so we got to work on ways to not have that happen. And
then you had to play catch up. And that's not easy to do.
No, it isn't. And they did a great job holding the ball. You and I talked a week ago. They had more rushes than anybody in the conference. They came out and threw the ball against us more than.
Was that surprising to you?
It was. Yeah, it was. And so they used the bye week very well, and they gave themselves a little more of their offense. You'd seen parts of that offense, but they'd never done it as much, on first and second down like they were doing. And really, we did not help ourselves either. I think if you go back and look at really 5 of their touchdown drives in the opening first part of it, the first 3 plays, we had them in third down, and we had an opportunity to tackle them to make a fourth down play, and we didn't. And so that's something obviously we got to be better at. And I think by allowing them to have more plays, they ran 80, you saw more of what they could do. But, a couple of those third down conversions, it was run for 4 yards, run for 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 4. They throw the ball out to the flat. We'd miss the tackle, and now all of a sudden that drive would continue. But, that was 35 of their points. And so we could have gotten them off the field. We could have gotten the ball back, and probably would have been a completely different game. But that's why you play it, and that's why you got to be great on Saturdays.
A lot of football still left, including this Saturday, as the Tigers will head to New Jersey to take on Monmouth. You talk about an offensive team. This one is something else. They've scored 153 points in their last 3 games. They're averaging 44.5 points a game, tops in the FCS football. They are first in the country, 524 yards per game, and it's not one-dimensional, because they rush for almost 200 yards a game and throw for 325 yards a game. So your defense certainly has their work cut out for them this week.
Oh, most definitely. And this is a game where all aspects of our program have to be at their best. As you mentioned, really putting up amazing numbers on offense, and they have been able to score on everybody. They've been able to get yards on everybody. So we know that's going to be part of their process. And really, defensively, they do a great job, I think, knowing that, hey, the offense is going to score. So we just need to be sound. We need to not give up big plays. We need to keep everything in front of us, see who can drive the ball, see what you can do. And so, we've got a great challenge in really every aspect of our team. We got to be great on special teams, because we got to be able to win the field position battle. Obviously, getting them off the field is something that not many people have been able to do. FIU was on TV last night and watched their game against Monmouth, and Monmouth beat FIU, you know, so they've played very well really in every game that they've had. And really, their 2 losses, they had opportunities to win that. They could easily be undefeated. They could easily be, you know, in a different spot, or 3 losses, I should say. So, I mean, we look at this as we've got our work cut out for us. We've got to be at our best. We've got to be able to play at a very high level and really take it one play, you know, not cliche-ish, but really take it one play at a time, one series at a time. How do you continue to, you know, limit what they're doing offensively and then maximize what we're doing offensively to counter what we know is going to be an explosive play at some time.
Derek Robertson, their quarterback, was a transfer from Maine. What does he bring to that offense?
Yeah, he is not afraid to throw it, and they will RPO you to death. So he will, I mean, I think they're running very similar what they did offensively a year ago. He just pulls it and throws it a lot more. They have 2 really good running backs, as you mentioned. You know, I think they ran for 300 yards against Bryant last week. So it isn't like, you know, just because they're throwing the ball. And
Yeah,
you know,
Ento, the one running back's got 17 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, and he is their short yardage specialist. So they'll throw a deep ball, get it down to the 2, and then he'll come in. And they'll do, you know, one back runs with him. You know, they'll do everything, you know, to get him the ball. And you know, he's the one who last year, Tiger fans will remember, we had him 4th and 1, and he broke the long run there to really for them to get the lead in the first half. So I mean, he really is a threat. And not only, you know, in short yardage, but in the open field as well. So they do a great job. Again, we're going to have to be, you know, where we need to be. But as far as the quarterback, I mean, he is just taking full advantage of this offense. He's got athletic receivers. You'll see him. I mean, he may throw 3 fades in a row and not be phased that it's 3rd and 10 and come back and do the exact same thing over again. They get guys downfield really well. They're very athletic at wide receiver, have a very skilled offensive line group that plays well together. So they're the complete package. And there's a reason they're averaging the numbers that they're averaging. There's a reason that they're doing what they're doing. So, again, we got to be at our best.
All right, game time, 1 o'clock on Saturday. Gordy and I will have it for you on TowsonTigers.com. So for the head coach of the Tigers, Pete Shinnick, I'm Spiro Marikas. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Football Report.